Hello, I'm John Brewer, Chief of the Gilbert Police Department, and I would like to welcome you today to our program entitled Badge of Honor. It's designed to give you, the citizens of Gilbert, an intimate look at your police department in action. As part of our first program, we would like to take you on a quick tour of the Gilbert Police Department and introduce you to some of our operations.
The Gilbert Police Department is located on the southeast corner of Gilbert and Warner Roads on the southwest side of the Municipal Center at 1025 South Gilbert. If you are involved in an immediate life-threatening situation or there is a crime in progress, a Gilbert 911 operator can be reached 24 hours a day. Or, if you want to report suspicious activity, have a non-emergency or question, you can call 480-503-6500 or visit the Gilbert Police Department lobby, which is also open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Records can also be obtained at this location. The Police Records Department is located upstairs from the main lobby and is open to the public between the hours of 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Friday, closed on the holidays. The Gilbert Police Force consists of approximately 125 sworn officers and 59 civilian employees. These 184 employees make up the many different units or departments of the police force, such as the Patrol Unit, DARE, Canine Patrol Unit, a Motorcycle and Bike Unit, Counseling Department, and a Crime Prevention Unit, to name just a few. Each of these departments offer a variety of programs to the citizens of Gilbert, such as the Block Watch program, Kid Zone, bike rodeos, youth and adult counseling and intervention programs, police department tours, and much more. Currently, the Gilbert Police Station contains 4 holding cell areas, a briefing room, an interview and fingerprint area, as well as the on-site records and communications department. Should you be interested in obtaining additional information about the Gilbert Police Department, you can call 480-503-6527 or get online at www.ci.gilbert.az.us/police.
Our Crime Prevention Unit offers tours of the police department for groups of more than 10. If you're interested in taking a look at our facilities, please give us a call at 503-6527. You may have noticed some construction in progress in the vacant lot just south of the current town hall. This is where our new public safety building is going to be located. This 177,000 square foot building, when completed, will not only serve as your main police station, but also as fire administration and Gilbert's court. The estimated time for completion of this new facility is currently in the year 2003. With the start of the new school year, we need to take a few extra steps to make sure our kids get to school safely. Here's Officer Pete Smith to talk to us a little bit about school zone safety.
Hello, I'm Officer Pete Smith, a motor officer with the Gilbert Police Department. I'm here to talk to you about your responsibility as parents to get your children to school safely.
Man!
Did you know that 35% of all Gilbert residents are under the age of 17? And nationally, every 6 hours, a bicyclist is killed. 49% of those are under the age of 16. Here are some of your responsibilities regarding the law to help get our children to school safely. Have you seen this on your speed limit sign? Do you know what it means? What this means is that a bumper of one vehicle can't cross the front bumper of the vehicle beside it. That's because if a child decides to run into the street and that vehicle saw that child running, the second vehicle should be able to stop as well. If you've seen this done, or if you've done this yourself, you have violated the law. The bumper of one vehicle may not pass the bumper of the other vehicle, regardless of the speed that it's traveling. If the leading vehicle is driving 8 miles per hour, you must also drive the same speed or slower. Did you know that driving 35 miles per hour or more approaching a school zone is a criminal offense?
So where exactly does the 15-mile-an-hour school zone start?
The 15 mile per hour speed zone starts right here. School zone fines can range from $150 to $350, unless of course you're arrested for a misdemeanor. In that case, it could cost up to $2,500 or 6 months in jail. Parents, here are some additional tips for keeping your children safe. Make sure that they never walk to school alone. Make sure that they don't cross the street in mid-block, but only at a crosswalk or intersection. Make sure that they're never playing near the curbside or where other cars are traveling. Make sure that they're looking both ways before crossing the street. And also, if they're crossing at an intersection, make sure that they're not trying to cross on a flashing signal and only on a steady walk signal. I'm Officer Pete Smith, and for Pete's sake, give our kids a break.
Thanks, Officer Smith, for that great information on school zone safety. Next, we'd like to introduce Officer Ron Jacobs, one of our bicycle safety experts, who will give us some tips on bicycle safety.
Hi, I'm Officer Ron Jacobs with the Gilbert Police Department. As the end of our summer winds down and we approach the start of our school year, I would like to talk to you a little about bicycle safety. First, let me tell you a little about myself. I've been with the Gilbert Police Department for 6 years. I've been a member of their police mountain bike unit for the last 5 years, and I am an avid recreational cyclist. As part of our safety considerations, the most important item that you should have with your bicycle is a helmet. Today I'd like to demonstrate the proper fit of a bicycle helmet. First, the helmet should fit level across your forehead, just above your eyebrows. Your chin straps should be securely fastened and snug across the chin. This is a proper fitting helmet. So many times we come across children and adults alike that are wearing their helmets back on their head, exposing their forehead. This is not a proper fit. The helmet is designed to work efficiently and effectively level across the forehead with the chin straps fastened. The next safety consideration I'd like to talk with you about is parents, I'd like to encourage you to have your children wear closed-toe shoes. First, what that does for you is that it covers the entire foot. So many times we come across children wearing flip-flops or sandals with the foot completely exposed. What happens is if your child hits a bump in the road and they need to put their foot down to catch their balance, they can cause injury to their toes or their feet. A closed-toe shoe can prevent many of these injuries. Along with this, I would encourage you to have your children tuck their shoelaces in. Many times the loops on the shoelaces can get caught around the pedals of the bicycle or in the chain and chainring of the bicycle, causing your child to lose control of his or her bike. Simply tuck the shoelaces in can prevent an injury. The next safety consideration I'd like to speak with you about is parents. please check your children's bicycle to make sure it's in good working order. A couple of the things that we come across most frequently are, 1, the brakes don't work, and 2, the tires aren't properly inflated. Your child should be able to skid the rear wheel on dry level pavement with a hard squeeze of the brake lever. If you're not able to do that, then your rear brakes probably aren't adjusted properly or aren't working properly. Second, the tire pressure. The tire pressure can be checked by looking on the sidewall of the tire. There's a rating. Check to make sure that your children's tires are inflated to the appropriate rating. This will provide a more safe, efficient ride for your child. The next safety consideration I'd like to speak with you about are lights and reflectors. By state law, if you ride your bicycle on a road after dark, you need at least a headlight and a red rear reflector. What I have here in front of me today are a couple of other options. I have a reflective band that I like to wear around my ankle. What this does is it creates what I call a signature. As you're pedaling, it alerts the driver of a vehicle that there is some type of a motion ahead of them. The up and down motion of your pedaling stroke, it attracts the eye of the driver behind you. Second, I have a red flashing light. If this is attached to the rear of the bicycle, this more easily alerts the driver's eye to your bicycle a little more rapidly than a red rear reflector would. Incorporating these items on your child's bicycle will increase their safety for nighttime riding. Now I'd like to move on to the rules of the road. A couple of things I'd like to stress as important is, first, parents, teach your children to communicate with the drivers on the road. There are a few ways they can do this. Remember the hand signals that you were taught when you were a child? Holding your arm straight to the left indicates that you're going to turn left. Bending your elbow 45 degrees pointing upwards indicates that you intend to turn right. If you bend your elbow straight down, it indicates that you intend to slow or stop. Parents, I encourage you to teach your children these hand signals. That is one very effective way to communicate with drivers on the road. Second, be predictable. Parents, teach your children to ride their bike similar to a way a person would drive a vehicle. What I am talking about is drivers of vehicle expect vehicles to travel and traffic to flow in a specific direction. For example, don't expect oncoming traffic to be traveling towards you in the same lane, just as you don't expect a cyclist to be coming towards you in the same lane. Teach your children to ride with the flow of traffic, to use the appropriate lane position if they intend to make a turn. This is very important, and it helps to communicate with the drivers of vehicles. Third, obey the rules of the road. Remember, drivers of vehicles expect other vehicles to stop for stop signs and to obey other traffic control devices. The same holds true for operators of bicycles. So encourage your children to stop for the red lights and to stop for stop signs and obey other traffic control devices. This is a very important safety consideration. I'd just like to thank you for joining me today, and have a safe start of the school year.
Thanks, Officer Jacobs. That was some great information on bicycle safety. We're going to take a short break now, but when we return from our public service message, we're going to show you some information on a case which we need some help in solving.
Those of us in law enforcement have a number of really powerful crime-fighting tools at our disposal. But the most powerful one could very well be you. That's right, you and a telephone.
Silent witness.
Not only can your anonymous call help make our streets safer, you can earn up to $1,000 if your information helps lead to an arrest or indictment.
It really does pay to fight crime.
As part of our Badge of Honor programming, we would like to profile some of our investigations in hopes that someone may have some information that would help us solve the case.
Since 1999, women in the Gilbert, Mesa, and Chandler area have been stalked by an assailant known as the photo opportunist. This subject, known to be a white male, patiently waits for a female to drive into a public parking space and enter a store. After the person enters the store, he leaves a sexually explicit Polaroid photograph of himself on the vehicle. In this surveillance photo, this is a possible suspect vehicle. It is a full-size GMC or Chevrolet truck, gray in color, with red top and red hood and white sidewalls. It's very distinctive. If you have any information concerning this case or this vehicle, please contact the Gilbert Police Department at 503-6551. You may remain anonymous. Thank you.
Now let's take a look at some of the upcoming events that will be occurring in Gilbert. In the studio with us today is Crime Prevention Specialist Kim Kelly, who's been busy working on our GAIN efforts this year. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Chief.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about GAIN?
Absolutely. Let me first start by explaining GAIN. GAIN actually stands for Getting Arizona Involved in Neighborhoods. GAIN was a program that was designed to encourage neighborhood leaders throughout the state of Arizona to become more involved in their own neighborhoods. This year, the town of Gilbert encourages all neighborhood leaders throughout the town to become more involved in their neighborhoods in an effort to heighten crime awareness and build strength within their own communities. Our kickoff event for GAIN is actually going to be in conjunction with Parks and Rec's So Long to Summerfest, which will be held on Saturday, September 29th, between the hours of 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. We'll have a booth set up at that event. You can bring your kids in for fingerprinting. We'll also have 911 information available, as well as registration packets for those who are interested in having a block party on the night of GAIN. The night of GAIN is actually on Saturday, October 20th this year, and we are planning a traveling town hall. If you register your own neighborhood for the traveling town hall, you can do so either online or by contacting the Gilbert Police Department. This year we will be gathering in front of the Municipal Center and boarding a bus at 4 p.m. on the 20th. The traveling town hall will be consisting of the mayor, various council members, and representatives from different departments within the town. And we'll be going around to the various block parties to answer any questions citizens might have.
That sounds really great. I look forward to being there.
Thanks.
We've hoped you've enjoyed the first episode of Badge of Honor and hope to see you again next time.
Hi, I'm Officer Pete Smith, and I'm a motor officer with the Gilbert Police Department. As school becomes... Okay. All right. Hold on just a second. Parents, some additional tips for getting your children... Parents, some additional chips. Chips. Parents, here are some additional chips. Still want to give them chips. Children and tips. Make Smith. And for Pete Smith, oh, man.
If you incorporate these items in your child's bicycle, if they ride after dark, I don't know what to say. So many times we come across children and adults alike that are wearing helmets across the back of their forehead and trains riding by.
Okay. Let me first start by explaining that GAIN actually stands for Getting Arizona Involved in Neighborhoods. I'm just blank.
I'd like to welcome you today to Badge of Honor, a program designed to give you, the citizens of Gilbert, an intimate look at our police department in action. Biddy, biddy, biddy. I'm not looking at the camera.
No,
I'm not looking at the camera. Yeah, I'm looking at me. This is where your new public safety headquarters building is going to be. We're going to be. Am I not looking at the camera again? Am I centered okay? Okay.
Did you get Kim's laugh? Did it?
We hope you've enjoyed the first. Oh, jeez.
Okay, now
Signing off.